What's happening, guys? This is the Grand Master of Faster, and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Oracle of Seasons. Question: what on earth am I doing here in Subrosia? Answer: collecting things. Because now that I have the magnetic gloves, I can fully access this area in order to get some treasure. The first of which is beneath this patch of dirt. So let's dig it up and get a ring. However, that's not the main treasure. The main treasure is in this chest. It is blue ore. Now, you might remember that certain Subrosians said if you mix red ore and blue ore together, you get unbelievably hard ore. So let's go ahead and find some red ore, shall we? Unfortunately, the red ore is on the complete opposite side, so it's gonna take a while. Okay, so we actually want to head in the direction where we got the bomb flower. And we want to head down here and go across this gap. Because inside this chest is some red ore. Now that we have both the red ore and the blue ore, we need to travel to the furnace in order to mix the two together. But before you can do anything in the furnace, you must have cleared the way to the Tower of Autumn earlier. You have red ore and blue ore. Did you come to mix the two to create hard ore? Yes, indeed we did. Then we'll get right on it. And apparently, performing the Subrosian dance is the secret to fusing the two ores together, not the furnace itself. Well, I suppose anything is possible. And presto! Your hard ore is done. Watch out, it's hot. And Link lifts it up with no problem because he's a boss. We got hard ore. Now you might be asking, what on earth do we do with this hard ore? Well, I'll tell you. It's actually useless in its current state. Until we get to our next stop, which is none other than the Subrosian Smithy. And once again, we have to backtrack all the way to where we were previously in order to get to the Subrosian Smithy. Yeah, I know, it's kind of a pain in the butt, isn't it? Now, if memory serves, the smithy is in this direction. And I believe this is the building right here. Yes, indeed it is. Yeah, we know what you do in the smithy. But wait! The master misses nothing. That hard ore could make your cheap shield amazingly fine. Don't call my shield cheap! It's an iron shield, not a wooden shield. Now, you will want to say, do whatever. Now, if you're playing an unlinked game, the wooden shield will become an iron shield. But if you're playing a linked game, the iron shield will be upgraded to the mirror shield, the strongest shield in the game. The mirror shield is much like the iron shield, but with one major exception. It can reflect special attacks. Most notably, it can reflect the lasers shot at you by Beamos, which is amazing because Beamos are a pain in the ass. Well, that's all we need to do here in Subrosia, so let's go ahead and exit. And we want to take the exit where the Pyradians were because our next stop is dungeon number 7. And it looks like Ambi is going to stay here and contemplate her meeting with the captain. It's nice that we got that conflict resolved, I must say. Because it was pretty obvious that the captain was her boyfriend when they said he was a seafaring man who traveled across vast distances. Okay, so as I said before, our next stop is dungeon number 7. And we're going to head across the sea. Now, before we can get to the next dungeon, we actually need to change the seasons, because there is a wall we'll need to climb. Okay. I can't believe we're already at dungeon 7. I mean, it seems like only yesterday that I just started this project. It's been going along very, very well. Anyway, we want to make it summer. And we want to head all the way back. Speaking of the Oracle games, I have heard about the manga being released. And I would talk more about the manga, except I don't know very much about it. Which is a shame. By the way, soft soil here. But if we climb up here, we are now in the graveyard. I find it rather ironic, because in Oracle of Ages, the very first place we traveled to was a graveyard filled with Geenies. And here we are meeting Geenies for the first time in Oracle of Seasons. Yes, there is a piece of art, but no, you cannot get to it until we explore this. That's right, it's our next dungeon. So without further ado, let's descend down into Level 7, Explorer's Crypt. Okay, this place is rather complicated. And that's mainly due to the fact that there is a lot of backtracking in this dungeon. Not only that, it's pretty big. I mean, in terms of floors, Ancient Ruins was bigger, but these floors are much larger than Ancient Ruins. And given the fact that this is a crypt, there are tons of skeletal and ghost enemies in here. Alright, so here is an owl statue. Let's find out what it says. The source of the curse is hidden in darkness. We're going to find out what that means momentarily, but for right now, be gone before the fires go out, or else. Okay, so we have to go to the right before all the fires go out, and we did that. And we encounter a new enemy. That was a blue Wizrobe. Easily the most annoying of the Wizrobes, because really the only time when you can hit them are when they're firing at you. Of course, if you're like me and you have the Master Sword, you can take them out in 2 shots. Okay, now that we have a key, we want to go back to the room we were in previously with all the Stalfos. I didn't mention this before, but, well, I'll mention it now. If the fire goes out before you get to the other side, then you'll be teleported back to the beginning of the dungeon. So we are going to need to figure out a way to break that curse. Hey there, Stalfos, how you doing? Or should I say hooded Stalfos, because that's what they are. Okay, I believe this is a key. No, it's a ring! Yeah, admittedly, I don't know this dungeon very well at all. But, here is where we can solve our problem. We want to shoot both torches and light them. And a Poe will appear. Trying to break my curse? Don't be silly. I won't let you. Now what this Poe does is she will charge at you with her sword. And you need to hit her as she's going by. And I'm not doing a very good job of that so far. Not bad, but it won't go so well next time. Okay, so now that the Poe has been defeated, the room is safe to explore. Meaning we can go down that staircase. And chances are, if something is surrounded by torches, it's pretty important. Yeah, you just descend deeper and deeper into the crypt, and I really like that. Okay, this puzzle, well, we're not going to focus on it just yet. Instead, what we will do is we will go up these stairs, defeat some gels along the way, or Zols as they're sometimes called, and hitting that switch won't cause a chest to appear, but it will cause a trampoline to appear. Now, at first glance, you might think that to move the trampoline onto that blue tile, but no. You actually want to move it a couple spaces below the tile, because there is a switch here, and it will cause a key to fall down. So you can go ahead and grab it. Very nice. Now, before I do this puzzle, I just want to know, is there anything on this side? No. That is a puzzle we will tackle later on. Okay, I'm going to equip my big Goron sword for this. There are multiple Armos statues in here, and only one is actually a statue. It is this one. So you need to find the one that's not real and push it onto that switch. By the way, I really like how you descend deeper and deeper into the crypt. That's kind of a nice motif they added in this dungeon. Give the developers credit. They really did put a lot of time and effort into these dungeons. Okay, now I have a choice. I could either go through this locked door, or I could go down these stairs. You know what? I'm gonna go through the locked door. And yeah, okay, I know what I need to do. So what we're going to do is we're going to move these blocks to the side. And we need to hop over this, trampoline. Now make sure you don't accidentally bounce upwards. Otherwise, it won't do you much good. And wait, I actually did not need to do that. Oh, boy. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to move the trampoline all the way to the other side. I just wonder if it's in the right place. Okay, obviously it wasn't there. That's right, I love to give Link concussions. And yeah, it's not in the right place, is it? Where is it supposed to be? Okay, where that block was earlier. How interesting. Okay. So, what we're going to do instead is we're going to completely screw up. Okay. Yeah. That wasn't too smart. Okay, we need to push the blocks inward, because that way we'll have room to push the trampoline. Now, you see what I said about me not knowing this dungeon very well? This is why. But trust me when I say that it is worth it that we're making all this effort to push the trampoline to this on this side, because now that we are in the center of the room that we were in earlier, avoid the wisp, and open the chest to get the dungeon map. And the dungeon map is going to make this dungeon a lot easier. Okay, so there are 3 floors, and they're all pretty big. So big, in fact, that I think I'm going to have to end this video right now. So next time, and Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Oracle of Seasons, we are going to continue venturing through Explorer's Crypt. See you guys next time.